You know how they say that you should build multiple streams of income so you're not relying on just one in case it goes away? Well, I have built 46 streams of income from dividends alone using the Robinhood brokerage app, and I get paid 46 times, which is almost as many as this shirt has zippers. I don't know why this shirt has 46 zippers, but it does. So in today's video, I'm gonna share with you guys exactly which companies have paid me, just how much and where it's all coming from, and how I keep track of all this passive income. And I read every single one of your guys' comments. They really make my day, so thank you. But I wanna caution you in saying that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. I'm not a marketing guru. I've got no course to sell you, because creating wealth and building passive income is going to require either your time or your money. So you actually need a job and be able to make money and save money to create it. Who would have thunk it? But with that said, I'm ready to share the results with you guys. Let's just get into it. Roll intro. Hey guys, my name is Andrei Jikh. Hope you had a lovely weekend and the stock market jumped like crazy last week, as evidenced by my portfolio right here. I want to remind you that I make these videos to be 100% transparent about my finances and hopefully inspire you to start your own investing journey. And along the way, maybe I'll make you laugh a little bit, maybe cringe. It's all part of the free experience, but overall, I hope to educate you in making sure you understand that there's nothing scary about investing in the stock market. And speaking of the stock market, I want you to imagine a kid walking uphill as he's playing with his yo-yo. Now, I don't have a yo-yo to show you this with, but I do have a deck of cards. Check this out. Wow, that is really impressive and completely irrelevant to this video. Wrong. I'm about to tie everything together and blow your mind, because I want you to think of it like this. What you were just paying attention to was the up and down price action of the stock market, right? The cards flying up and down through the air, just like the yo-yo. What you didn't realize perhaps is that you press the J button on your keyboard twice, go back 20 seconds, my arm started here and it ended up all the way up here. That is the trend of the stock market over time going upwards. But we don't notice that because the larger action masks the smaller one. Come on, that is profound. I don't have a team of writers here. This is just me in a studio talking to a camera by myself. Smash the like button. So first, let's get into the majority of how I got paid, and I'll show you which companies, and also want to reintroduce to you the 5-star rating system, which will show you how cheap or expensive a stock is to buy today, in case theoretically you wanted to replicate what I was doing, which I'm not saying you should, but if you wanted to, I want to give you some context. And I also want to show you the dividend safety scores behind each of these payments, because remember, a dividend is not something that you're owed 100% to be paid, because during bad economic conditions, a company can just freeze and cut its dividend entirely for that duration or indefinitely. So we want to know how safe those dividends are. So I'll show you guys anything in the 30s is considered unsafe, and anything closer to 100 is considered very safe. No company is going to be 100, because then that's risk-free, and no investment is ever risk-free, but 99 is the closest that it's ever going to get. Again, these are not the only factors you should be looking at, but it's a great starting point. And also remember, you're watching a guy on YouTube. I'm not a licensed professional, so please just make sure you keep that in mind. And also, I'm kind of glad I'm not a licensed professional, because if I was, maybe you could sue me because you were like, oh, he's a licensed professional, and I listened to him and he got it wrong. So I'm glad that I'm not, because then you can't sue me, which is also technically incorrect. You could sue me, but please don't. I'm just trying to help. Anyway, let's get into it. It's October already and it's getting cold. So the first day is September 3rd, and I got 5 companies paying me, which is CMI Cummins for $3.93 for owning just 3 shares of it, 3 stars. Then I got GWW Granger paying me $7.20, also 3 stars. Followed by WFC, Wells Fargo paid me $15.30 for owning 30 shares. The next one is the famous Aflac duck, which paid me $18.90 for 70 shares. And I have this duck. It's actually side duck. It's not an Aflac duck. I got this from McDonald's in Germany. Just have it sitting here for no reason. 3 stars. And the last company paid me is Pfizer. Paid me $22.32 for owning 62 shares. They are 5 stars right now, and I'm considering buying Pfizer because they've been having some pretty incredible growth for the last 20 years, 8%, and they have a 75 dividend safety score, which is very solid. Then, without skipping a beat, on September 4th, I got paid twice from HBI, or Hanes Brands, for $3 from owning 20 shares. They have a 36 safety score along with a 5-star rating, which doesn't mean you should buy it, but maybe look into it, see what you think. And then Enbridge, $16 $19.46 for 35 shares. And then the following day on September 5th, I got paid by DFS or Discover Financial Services in the amount of $3.96 from the 9 shares that I own. They have a safety score of 45 and a 3-star buy rating, so they are fairly priced. And then the following day, again on the 6th, I got paid 3 times from Amgen, $14.50 from the 10 shares. And fun Snapple fact of the day for you about Amgen. Amgen is the world's 7th largest independent biotech company by market cap. They are also a very solid company with a great safety score at 74 and a pretty good buy rating at 4 stars, followed by Esso or Southern paying me $24.80 from the 40 shares. They're a gas and electric utility holding company, and they have a rating of 65 safety score with 2 stars. So at this point in time, that is a lot of income to keep track of, and usually I will put this into my spreadsheet, except my spreadsheet broke because it uses Google Finance, and Google Finance is just notoriously bad. It has a data limit. You can only use so many stocks. It takes forever to load everything, and it just doesn't work, which is kind of unfortunate because most of my patrons were using my spreadsheet. So for the last 6 weeks, I've been reaching out to several dozen companies, and out of the several dozen companies that I reached out to, only one was the one that fit all of my criteria. Except there was one problem. That company's name is Ignite, and they provide stock data for Robinhood, Betterment, Wealthfront, eToro, Investopedia, and Seeking Alpha. So basically all of the finance giants. So I wrote to them a long shot email explaining, guys, I'm just a YouTuber, I'm not a giant corporation, you might not even have pricing models for someone like me, but how much would it cost to get this stock data? And they actually responded. I'm not gonna say how much they responded with, but I will say it's more than what I pay for this house per month, well, 5 figures per year. So what did I do? Sign me up! I used all of my Patreon money, I used some of my YouTube income, and I even hired a programmer to bring you the most robust stock market dividend spreadsheet the whole internet has ever seen. This is the Ferrari of dividend trackers. Let me geek out with you guys for just a second and show you what it is. So jumping in here, you guys can see the blue section is the stuff that you have to plug in, but the rest gets automatically filled. So if you look at the top, that is VTI, which is an ETF. That's an exchange traded fund. You guys can put in bonds in there, stocks, it doesn't matter. It eats everything up and just automatically plugs it in. So the first one is VTI, which is my Roth IRA. That's in M1 Finance. But if you guys want to go to the bottom, there are no more row management. There's no adding things. There's no subtracting rows. It's all automatically ad infinitum for you. I think that's the right word, populated. So let's say I want to do Apple, but check this out. I have the Canadian market, the Dutch market, the UK market, USA, and not yet New Zealand. I can't actually afford it just yet, but maybe in the future. I do think this covers about 95% of my needs. But if I go to the USA NASDAQ, then I'll check one stock, let's say it's $200, it's automatically, everything gets populated instantly, because these guys use Amazon Cloud Services, so there's an unlimited amount of hits, so it doesn't even matter. Everything is just instant. So if you guys scroll over, you'll see all of the statistics, the name, the currency. If it comes from a different stock market, it'll show you a different currency. It shows you the sector, which is going to be very important in informing my decisions which stocks I should buy and which ones I should avoid. The annual dividend per year, how often it pays you, the frequency, which in this case for Apple is quarterly, the X date, so you need to own this stock the day before the X date, which shows it to you right here. We have the cash amount, we have the declaration date, the record date, the payment date, which is super important because check this out. If it falls within this month, it'll show me all these little orange or yellow tabs, and it'll show me, and I know that this month, these are all the companies that are going to pay me, which is incredible. But it doesn't even end there, because if we go to the summary page, and that's where we'll see all the totals. But check this out. Let's say that I was a British person, and I wanted to see my income in the Great British Pound. So you guys can click on it and check this out. It'll show me my annual income converted to the British pound, because I don't want to type this into Google. I don't want to do peasant work. So if you guys want to go back, Japanese yen, you guys want to see that. Bang, I'm rich. I make 754,000 yen. But check this out. The next section, diversification, shows me this dynamic pie. And it's important that it's dynamic because in the USA market, you'll see, let's say Apple, $7,700 of stock market value. But if I go back to the summaries page and let's say I wanted to see it in Japanese yen, everything in the pie will be updated. So now, bam, 844,000 yen when converted to the Japanese yen. But wait, there's more. The sector section, this is so important for determining which ones I should be looking at more and which ones I should stay away from. Because look at this, out of this pie, 20% of my income, or $1,385, is coming from the real estate market. That's from all the REITs that I own, which is a huge thing to know, because now in the future, I know maybe to buy less REITs because so much of my income is determined by the real estate market. I'm relatively evenly diversified, but I know now I should probably own more telecommunication services. I should own more utilities. I should own more materials. These are things I should probably add more to make my pie a little bit more even. That's so cool to see that. And everything is dynamic. And then the last page is the dividend income. And every month, you guys can see it gives me these blue graphs for the year of 2019. And they'll show me exactly what my dividend growth is like year over year. But this is why I'm able to not bombard you guys with sponsorship videos, because hopefully by watching my videos, I'll make some money. And then by having this money, I'm going to reinvest it to create more tools to make our investing lives easier. The next set of paychecks came just 4 days later on September 10th when I got paid 8 times. 8 times, that's one short away from being 50 cent again. So the next one is CVX that happened to pay me $32.13 for 27 shares worth. If you guys remember the recent Saudi attack on oil that happened on September 14th, prices trended higher for about 10 days before just completely falling off a cliff, and that's over fear over the China trade deal and OPEC's low oil demand estimates. Now, it's those fears precisely that can move a company's value billions of dollars in just a few short days. Do you guys think that's justified? I personally don't. Billions of dollars of movement, that's not fair. So that's when we, as value investors, swoop in and just take those great companies at great prices. So the next one is IBM that paid me $8.10 for owning 5 shares, and that's a 65 safety score with a 3-star rating, so about average, along with Target paying me $46.20 from 70 shares. They have a 74 safety score, but they're pretty expensive right now at 2 stars. Then $44.59 from Emerson Electric or EMR, NSC $47.94, 86.3, and then UTX $7.35, XOM $13.92, another one, great safety score with a 4-star buy rating, and my favorite, J&J or Johnson & Johnson at 66.50, and they have a safety score of 99, which is about as safe as you can get, one of my biggest holdings. And then continuing on September 11th, I got paid by Unilever $45.35 from owning 100 shares, 75 safety score, 2-star buy rating, expensive. LyondellBasell paid me $2.10. I only own 2 shares. And then CNP paid out $19.84 from 69 shares, 73 safety score, average buy price. And then I got paid 5 times on September 13th from Key, which is a bank, $1.85 from 10 shares. And then CFR or Cullen/Frost, which is probably a bank you guys have not heard of. They've been around since 1868, and that is a $7.81 dividend from 11 shares. 90 safety score with a 4-star buy rating, not bad. And then ODP I got for free from Robinhood, so they only paid me a nickel, but I'll take it. That's Office Depot. And then Flowers Foods paid out $39.90 for owning 210 shares, a 1-star buy rating. They're very expensive right now. And then O Realty paid me $10.65 for 47 shares. REITs, by the way, are taxed as ordinary income unless they're qualified dividends, in which case they'll be taxed at a capital gains rate, which is a much more favorable tax rate. And then 3 days happened and I got paid 4 times again from Duke Energy, $8.51 from 9 shares. That's almost $1 per share at 80 safety score, 2-star buy rating. And then Pi or Polaris paid out $12.20 for 20 shares. They make power sport vehicles like snowmobiles, and they're actually the second one behind Harley Davidson for motorcycles. They have an 81 safety score along with a 4-star buy rating, so that's pretty good. And then Stag Industrial paid out $5.96. Stag is another REIT, and they actually pay monthly, unlike O, which I believe pays quarterly. But that's not all, because not only is my money making money and this portfolio is growing in value, I'm also getting paid these dividends regardless of what this principal is worth. So in simple terms, let's say I wake up tomorrow and I check my Robinhood app and I'm like, oh my God, this $200,000 is now worth $50,000. Yeah, I'd be very scared, but it doesn't matter what the principal value is, my dividend income is still going to be largely the same. It doesn't matter, assuming that these dividend companies don't freeze or cut their dividend entirely, because what you get paid on is based on the initial principal and the initial yield at which you bought at. And that's so cool to know. But it doesn't even stop there, because on top of the principal value on my money making money, not only do I get paid dividend income, I also get paid in the form of dividend raises, which I didn't even talk about because I got 4 of them this month. Altogether, just $16 per year more, right? $16? That's it? Wrong. Your passive income is not the same as active income, because in order to get $16 per year, guess how much you'd have to have invested at 3.5% for an entire year to give you $16? You would need exactly $457.14. That's how much money you would need to make $16 a year. Except I didn't have to invest $457 at all. I just did nothing. And in addition to that, last month, I got $14 worth of dividend raises for the whole year. And that accounts for $400 invested at 3.5% that I also didn't have to invest. The grand total comes out to be $1,237.37. All this income that I'm receiving, I'm going to reinvest back into other individual companies, but not through the DRIP feature, which is the dividend reinvestment plan, which Robinhood does not offer. But I also want to remind you that DRIP does not give you any financial benefit. It does not give you any tax benefit. All DRIP does is automate your investing into the same companies. No financial benefit. Something to keep in mind. But if you have any questions, comments, concerns, rumors you want me to start, I'll start something, because I think the financial space is really missing some tea. We need some drama up in here. It's really dry. Let me know. I'll start something. Love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your week. I hope you enjoy the new spreadsheet that I'm paying a stupid amount of money for. And yeah, I'll see you guys on Friday. Love you. Bye-bye.